Oh, Eric Geisler and a St. Francis player tearing it up on the floor for the demand of the ball. Looks like it's going to be Canisius ball. And the score is 13-6, Canisius. And here they go. They're going to bring it down now.
Gio Sioka taking the inbound from Connor Schuster. Back to Schuster. To Geisler, to Dowling. Geisler with a great touch pass to Dowling. And creates for himself. And bang! Bucket again from the paint for Dowling. Another defensive board. And Dowling from the pass from Sioka. Bangs it in.
Beautiful two baskets, back-to-back. Max Dowling, number 24. Shot is up, St. Francis. It is not good. Oh, two shots they just missed.
Foul there from St. Francis. No call. Still missed a shot, and Canisius leading 17-6. Schuster for three. Bang! Bang! For three. Money shot from Schuster coming off of the bench. And Canisius extended its lead 20-6. Great and Geisler with a steal. And he lays it in. He misses. Franny's looking to get something going for the sound Canisius defense thus far. It looked like a travel there. But they knock it in to get their first point in what's been 5 minutes.
St. Francis really feeling some heat here in just a few short minutes of the beginning of the game with Canisius and their 12-point lead.
Canisius unsuccessful on the last two takes for three. Misses it, and Dowling with the defensive board for the team. Geisler driving in the lane, shoots, just short, and Francis with the defensive board.
St. Francis trying to work their way in to get a shot. Looks like a push, Eric Geisler, and St. Francis is going to bring the ball out. Here come a few subs. 2 for St. Francis, 3 for Canisius.
David Barba checks in for Canisius, and Max Dowling, who's had a hard first quarter, goes to the bench. Barba with a good D. Offensive board for Franny's, and he lays it in. 10-point lead for Canisius. Entering the last minute of the first quarter. Ciccone. To Barbara. Barbara back to Ciccone.
Best thing to do in an instance like this is just continue to pass the ball around and let the clock run all the way out. 20 seconds left on the clock. Whistle is blown.
Ciccone was pushed out of bounds. It will be Canisius ball. Eric Geisler on the out pass. .27 seconds remaining. And Declan Ryan just off the mark there for Canisius. Maybe one more possession for the Crusaders. Possibly with a reach in.
Something to mention, Eric Geisler and Shane giving a little backcourt defense there while St. Francis was trying to bring the ball up. It's the first time we've seen that in this game so far.
Good call there from Mr. Davis. Francis looking to get a last-second basket here for three. Offensive board, though, and the time runs out. Canisius with a 10-point lead at the end of the first quarter. A great offense and defensive performance thus far for the team. We will be back in 2 minutes.
2 minutes. It's okay. You got to do the tap. We talk about this every time we broadcast. Can't hear me. Here we go, St. Francis.
St. Francis with some back to the drawing board. Looked like an offensive foul. Committed.
Oh! Max Dowling, very nice, going for a fast break. Lost the ball to a St. Francis player, but they did not get a shot off.
Sioka. Point guard. Back to Shane. Shane to Max. Declan. Back to Max. He lives in the paint. You got to get him in the paint. And Joe for three. Just off the mark. And Franny's with a defensive rebound. Franny's for three. Short. Dowling with the defensive board. Joey for three. Just short. Dowling with some pressure. Franny's makes the 12-foot or so jumper. The lead is now 6.
Max Dowling, very nice block right there on a St. Francis player, number 23. Canisius with a basket.
Shane Ciccone with the basket for Canisius. Extending the lead now to 7.
St. Francis shot.
Bang.
That was for 2 points. 22-16. Canisius still with the lead.
Ryan.
And that ball was almost stuck up there. It was rolling around the rim, getting pretty lazy and tired. Declan Ryan for 2 shots here right now. Let's see if he can sink them both for Canisius. And the first one is good.
Declan makes his living in the paint. A very sound shooter all the way through. But he is the big unit for the Crusaders that is always reliable. And
Second shot is good. 24-16.
Francis ball in their offensive zone. Eight-point game.
Oh, looks like one of the Canisius coaches wasn't too happy with something that just happened right there. He stood up right out of his chair, threw his hands up.
Geisler with the defensive board. To Jemison, who checks back into the game. Sioka to Ciccone. Ciccone was short, and Francis had the defensive board. Francis for three. Bang. Score is now 24-19.
5-point game. Canisius for a shot.
Bang! Ciccone knocks down the three. In response,
Ciccone wanted to let St. Francis know he can hit threes just like they can. 2 threes back to back.
foul on the floor. Looks like it will be charged from Malik Jemison. Cycle. Timeout. St. Francis. Canisius' defense forces them to call a timeout. There's a timeout on the floor. And Canisius playing sound defense, but
as both teams put together a strategy for how one can get more points and how maybe one can get back in the lead.
Canisius should be proud of the way that they're playing thus far. With defensive stops and holds by Dowling, by Jemison and others doing a great job in the paint. And Dowling on the flip side doing a great job in the paint, as well as Shane Ciccone and Declan Ryan.
Something just to note really quick here is that the broadcasting team and the coaches and some other spectators in the gym right now, only a handful are very fortunate to be seeing this game because parents and other students are not allowed in the gym at this time. St. Francis looking for a shot into the paint, down low. And that's the 2 points for your St. Francis.
Canisius, Ciccone to Schuster, who checks back into the game for Canisius. Ciccone top of the key. Geiser comes in, cycling to Sioka and to Schuster. And Ciccone with a great take for Canisius.
St. Francis driving low.
Offensive foul.
Foul.
Taken by Connor Schuster.
Max Dowling with the ball. Joe Sioka pass to Declan Ryan. Back to Max Dowling. Over to Joe. Declan Ryan with almost a shot there. Looks like it's going to be a foul. And Declan Ryan is going to be going for 2 shots.
Misses the first one short. Canisius jumps to a 9-point lead, 30-21. Willie Heron checks into the game. And there's a foul, looks like, on him. Travel on St. Francis. Canisius' ball. Willie Heron checks out, and Geisler checks in. Foul on Canisius. 2 shots for St. Francis. Knocks the first one in. Knocks the second one in. Lead cut to 7. Dowling driving to Ryan. Ryan, spin move, lays it in. Lead back to 9. Shot for 3, wide. Offensive board for Franny's. Blue shirts all around him. Declan Ryan with amazing sound defense, and it will be Canisius' ball. Ciccone, Dowling to Sioka. Sioka to Declan Ryan. Back to Dowling. Looks like he's the quarterback of this drive. Dowling in the paint. And Declan Ryan just wide.
St. Francis with a shot. Missed.
Ciccone with a spin move. It's fruitless. And Franny's coming down the line for 3. Bang. It's a 2-pointer. Dowling for 3. Wide. Canisius playing good defense here in their zone, as they've been doing all game. Bad pass. Canisius' ball. Will, what's your perspective of the game so far?
Canisius 32-25 with a 7-point lead. They got the lead and they haven't lost it.
Sioka playing sound defense. Loud encouragement from the Canisius bench. And Dowling takes the ball again. .21 seconds and counting. Ciccone, the quarterback. David Barbara, Declan for 3. Bang! 3-point shot. Lead back to 10. And that is halftime. Canisius 35, St. Francis 25. We'll be back after a 10-minute halftime intermission from St. Francis. Back from halftime here at St. Francis. Canisius taking a 35-25 lead. And Will, just to bring you in here, what was your first half analysis of the game, and what do you think the Canisius Crusaders can do better in the second half?
I think Canisius has been playing pretty well, but the only thing is they only have a 10-point lead right now, and that's a little too close for comfort. Might want to bump that up, and I'm not saying then they can relax, but they'd probably be a little more comfortable. Max Dowling might have fallen 2 or 3 times on the floor. You know, maybe he's getting a little worn out, need to recharge the feet. So we'll have to see if he starts off the quarter here in 4 seconds.
Yeah, it seemed like the Canisius outplayed them, and there's only a 10-point lead. So they had to keep going with what they were doing and build off of what they were doing defensively and offensively. Canisius will start with the ball as St. Francis won the opening tip. Sioka with the pass into Shane Ciccone. Ciccone with Dowling wide open on the arc. Jemison driving, loses the ball, gets stripped by St. Francis. Declan Ryan with the rebound.
Joe Sioka in the corner, dribbling out. Max Dowling with the shot.
Fruitless drive there for the Crusaders. Franny's just short. Gets his own rebound and then knocks it in. Lead down to 8. Ciccone driving. Jemison for 3. Long. The foul. It's on Declan Ryan. Offensive foul.
Looks like St. Francis is going to be bringing down the court. Here they go. Bringing it up slow. Number 2 on St. Francis with the ball. Working his way into the paint with a shot up. 2 points. That's an and 1 for St. Francis.
Good drive there from number 2 for St. Francis. He will shoot 1 free throw to complete the 3-point play. It's good. Ryan in the inbound to Ciccone. Ciccone directing traffic. Top of the key to Dowling. Jemison. Jemison to Sioka. Looking like Kyle Lowry. Misses the shot.
Looks like that was a foul. And Canisius is going to be bringing the ball out.
So jump ball in the play. Inbound goes to Dowling with a spin move. Just short. And a defensive rebound for St. Francis.
St. Francis going down the right side of the court. Oh, almost went up for a shot there. Pass across to the left side of the court. Dribbles into the paint. Ball's up, but very short.
Foul on the play. Dowling, and there's 2 shots. The lead is only 5. First shot is good. The second shot goes down.
Now, as we started, Canisius was 35-25 with a 10-point lead, and now they only have a 3-point lead. That's another turnover from Canisius. St. Francis with the ball, bringing it down the court.
A timeout might be needed for St. Francis.
I think more personally a timeout might be needed for Canisius.
I agree with that. That was a misspeak on my behalf. And there will be 2 shots. First one goes in, and the lead now, folks, is only the 2. And just
Canisius still with the lead, 35-33.
Shot is good. Just like me and Will said in the opener, Canisius did not have a comfortable lead at 10. They just didn't. And we're witnessing it right now. They are on a 9-0 run. And Canisius needs to get some points here.
Josioka doing some nice work with the ball. Had a good pass. Declan Ryan missed it. St. Francis bringing it down the court, right-hand side. Number 5 working his way in. Pass across the left-hand side of the court. Shot is up. St. Francis missed. Max Dowling with almost rebound.
Jemison banks it home, but it's blocked. What a play by number 1 for St. Francis, and there will be 2 shots from Malik Jemison. Most needed points here for Canisius. Again, 9-0 run for the Red Raiders. Jemison knocks the first one through.
Canisius really needed that to get some more points for themselves up on the board. But it's still only a 2-point lead. They got one more shot coming.
Jemison knocks it through. Lead extends to 3. It was 10 4 minutes ago. Good adjustments for St. Francis in the locker room, defensively and offensively. Mishandle for 3. He's short. Declan Ryan, a unit with the rebound.
Very fast break. Declan Ryan looking for a foul on that blocked shot, but it's going to go to St. Francis. Player number 2 bringing the ball down the court.
Driving on Sioka. Back to the top of the key. Dowling, mismatch. Shot is short, and Dowling with the rebound. Looking to get some points here. Dowling was really good in the first and second quarter, and Dowling off the rim. And again, Canisius is unsuccessful. Only points coming in this quarter to Malik Jemison free throws. Circone with a good rebound.
Josioka with a very nice shot right there. A little layup. 2 points, 39-34 Canisius.
Francis looking to respond for 3. He's got it. Knocked it through. And the lead down to 2 for Canisius. Sioka to Dowling. Foul in the paint. Eric Geisler and Connor Schuster checking in for Canisius. Malik Jemison and Max Dowling check out.
Ball is in. Malik going up for the shot. Just a little right.
Francis driving. Geisler playing tight defense. Just checked into the game, as well as Schuster. The foul on Geisler. Wasn't in a shooting motion, so it won't be a shooting foul.
St. Francis getting ready, trying to find an open man to put that ball in for a shot. It's out, way back by half court. He drives. Is it a missed shot? Declan Ryan, hands straight up. Nice defense right there. Couldn't get the ball in the basket.
Offensive foul Ciccone driving up the lane. To his man, Geisler. Geisler across the entire court to Schuster. Schuster to Sioka. He's been money from threes. Ryan, the shooting foul. He was going up, and there'll be 2 shots for Declan Ryan.
Declan Ryan going to shoot his first one right here. And it is not good. Canisius only with a 2-point lead right now. Declan Ryan with his second one. And it is good.
Declan Ryan drilling those free throws. 3-point game.
Shot is up, St. Francis.
Shot was a 3-point bucket. And we have a tie game. Unbelievable. They made up a 10-point deficit here in the third quarter.
Shane with 2 shots. First one is good.
Subs for St. Francis. The Canisius players remain in.
Shane with his second shot. See if he can get 2. He did not. Canisius only with a 1-point lead.
Coming out of the miss, getting the rebound, draws the foul. And it was a shooting motion. The foul will be charged on Geisler, and they will shoot 2 and could potentially take the lead for the first time all day. Misses the first one, so the lead will not be taken, and Max Dowling checking in. Joe Sioka heads to the bench. In the socially distanced bench, all chairs, as Will mentioned, are separated by 6 feet, and he misses both free throws.
Shane bringing the ball down the court. Max Dowling with a nice pick. Shane doing some fancy footwork down there, getting pretty hot. Eric Geisler with the shot. And it's good. St. Francis with the rebound. Canisius, fast break. Eric Geisler with the layup.
Eric Geisler with a quick 5 points for Canisius. They're up by 6. The bench asking for a travel, but there will be a foul charge at Canisius.
Coach Zara throwing his hands up. A typical New York move. Not happy with that call. David Barber subs in. Takes out Eric Geisler.
Eddie Cosgrove checking in for Canisius. It will be Geisler and Declan Ryan hitting the bench. Free throw was good. Score is 41-46. The advantage goes to Canisius on a good run as St. Francis took the lead. The second free throw is wide. juggling on the rim.
Shane bringing the ball in. Tough pass to David Barber right there.
There's a foul. Number 5, St. Francis. Looked like a good play from them defensively, but there was a foul called. And Eddie Cosgrove talking to coach.
Shane's going to put up 2. Let's see him sink them. Oh, only 1, and he missed it. Canisius with a 5-point lead.
Big jinx there by Mr. Davis. For 3, no good, wide. And Ciccone with the fast break to Cosgrove. Cosgrove lays it up for 2. Under a minute left.
You know, I've known Eddie a long time, going on 5 or 6 years now. And when he puts up a shot, we say Eddie's money. Just like Eddie Money, who passed away about a few years ago now. Famous music artist.
Good insight there from Mr. Davis. Eddie Cosgrove with a clutch 2 points. 9-point basketball affair. For 3, wide open, misses. And Ciccone with another board. Driving down the lane. Offensive foul. St. Francis draws the charge. And it will be St. Francis's ball.
St. Francis with the baseball pass down the court. Over his head, backward shot. Didn't really think that was going to work. I certainly hope he didn't.
End of the third quarter here in St. Francis, home of the Red Raiders. The Canisius Crusaders are leading 50-41, and at the midpoint of the quarter, the game was tied. One more quarter for Canisius to hold the lead, looking for a better defensive quarter. Both teams talk. We'll be back in 20 seconds.
St. Francis with the ball. Number 5 throws it in, and number 2's bring it up.
Back to action here. Canisius doing a nice job defensively. Max Dowling returning to first quarter form, and Sioka is blocked. And St. Francis bench is upset with the call here. Is there a foul charged? Yes, there is. Joe will shoot 2.
Joe Sioka was looking good for that layup until the St. Francis player followed him. So Canisius has a 9-point lead. Let's see if Joe Sioka makes it 11. First one is not good. It'd be nice to see Canisius get that 10-point lead back again. Joe Sioka with his second. And it's good. Canisius back with that 10-point lead. Number 2 bringing the ball down the court. Right-hand side. Shot is up, and it is not good.
Foul, and it will be Canisius ball. Heading in the other way. Schuster with the inbound to Malik Jemison. Heading to Fredonia next year. Sioka driving. The Dowling, and one. Powerful play by Dowling. Chance for a three-point play.
Max Dowling, let's see if he can sink it.
Kitty jigs him.
He's getting ready.
He's done it twice. Let's hope not. Wow. Mr. Davis needs to stop saying, will he make it? For three. Air ball.
Way over. Didn't even touch anything up there. Joe Sioka with a nice layup there, but unfortunately he missed.
Francis knocks it in. Will be a timeout. Looks like it's St. Francis timeout.
Canisius with their 10-point lead. I think they're playing a little better here in the fourth than when they came out earlier in the third.
.650 to go in the fourth quarter. Again, the 10-point lead by Canisius was never safe, as St. Francis showed that they can come back from any deficit, and they got as many as 10 to tie it up. And Canisius doing a good job of separating and going back to that 10-point lead.
Here
Timeout is just about over, and we will return to action. Shout out to a great crew we have here on site today. Quinn Griffin on the camera, Ren Pelichowski working the production and social media without Mr. Hopkins here, and of course the great analyst Mr. Davis, along with myself, Alex Bakshi.
Always grateful to have Alex Bakshi, Ren Pelichowski, and Quinn Griffin here with us courtside.
The A crew, they like to call us. We return back to action. Same players stay in for Canisius. Declan Ryan with a 2-point shot.
Joe Sioka with a bullet pass there to Declan Ryan, who slightly lost control, regained, and put up the 2 points.
St. Francis has to get something going right now because time is running out for them. Creating space. Driving on Sioka, and it's no good. Great defense from Sioka. And Declan Ryan with the defensive board. And Jemison with the drive, and there's a jump ball.
It's going to be Canisius ball. And Eric Eisler subs in for Max Dowling. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
And also we have to shout out AdPro Sports for being the official merchandise sponsor of Canisius Sports. They do a great job. Mr. Rakuya, an alum of the school, doing a great job providing all athletes in all sports their apparel. The beautiful jerseys of Canisius. Jemison now in the arc with the ball. Over to Ryan, and Geisler for three. Wide to the mark, and it will be Canisius ball. Last touch by St. Francis.
Eric getting ready to put it in. Goes to Declan Ryan, who turns around for a shot. Oh, and it's not good. Eric Eisler with the rebound, fighting for it on the ground. Looks like it's going down. St. Francis ball.
Great job by Geisler. Fighting in there for the offensive board, but unfortunately couldn't get sole possession of it.
Looks like a St. Francis coach wanted to put someone in, and the ref said it's too late. Here we go, St. Francis ball.
Driving in the lane. Driving on Schuster. In the paint on Declan Ryan. You have no chance against him. And Jemison with the rebound. Defensive board. Jemison driving fast. Should have been a foul there, but Ryan with the... And there's the foul. Shooting foul. Declan will shoot 2.
Here we go. He's getting ready. It's up. It's good.
Let's see if he'll make the second one without Mr. Davis saying this accusation. The players have been 0 for 4.
It's up. And it's in.
He's the curse. And a timeout.
Nice little 14-point lead for Canisius. Some backcourt defense with Canisius and St. Francis players who had trouble getting the ball out.
Declan Ryan checks out. Shane Ciccone, the sophomore, checks in.
Let's go, Shane. High pressure on backcourt defense with Canisius. St. Francis is out with it right now. Shot is up.
It's good. He hesitated for a second, but made the decision to shoot it, and it was a good one. And St. Francis with a timeout. Canisius takes an 11-point lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We're back from the timeout break. 4:48 remaining.
In the fourth quarter, Canisius with an 11-point lead.
This is true. Fourth quarter action. Less than 5 minutes to go. Will be Canisius' ball underneath their own basket. Geisler with the inbound.
Canisius with the break down the court towards their basket.
For
Shot is
three,
up.
Sioka, bang! Mike Breen style, knocks it through. 3 points for Canisius, 60-46.
Pass way overboard on that one. Bullet out of bounds. But it looks like it's going to, a Canisius player must have touched it. It's in. St. Francis with the shot. No good. Fast break for Canisius down the court.
Ciccone to Sioka, it's good. Sioka have himself a day. 62-46. And St. Francis just too little, too late. Couldn't get anything really going throughout the entire portion of the game. And Canisius just has to do a good job of weathering the storm for the remaining 4 minutes in this game. Some substitutions for St. Francis. Joe Sioka, the leader on this team, talking to head coach. Shot is good, and it's 1 for 1.
Canisius with a 15-point lead. 3:56 left on the clock in the fourth. St. Francis with the second shot. It's up, and it's in.
Jemison with the outtake. There's a foul at half court. And there's enough fouls where Canisius is in the bonus, and they will shoot from now to the end of the game. 1 for 1, Ciccone. Misses the first one.
Canisius with a nice 14-point lead.
Shane goes 0 for 2 on the shots.
St. Francis ball. More backcourt defense. St. Francis having a tough time getting the ball out, and now it's out.
Vulgar language coming from the St. Francis side. Looked like there was a travel there, and they call a foul on Dowling, who has his hands held up, and they will shoot 2. First one is good.
St. Francis with the ball. Shot is up, blocked. Foul.
Wow, that's a weak call, as from the booth here, it seemed like it was all ball, and you could hear the sound from Eric Geisler, who did a good job in that play. Rough call from the referees. First shot is good.
Canisius with a 12-point lead, 62-50. St. Francis player going up for a second. It's up, and it's in.
Malik Jemison checks out. Another one good. 10-point lead for Canisius.
Josioka in the corner. Bullet pass to Declan. Looks like a foul.
Foul on St. Joe's. 2 shots for Declan Ryan. Misses the first one. Ryan drills the second one.
You know, just something to note here in this game is that when you're here in person, a fair majority of the St. Francis players are pretty short. And, of course, our Canisius Crusaders are very tall. So it's interesting how there's so many fouls when all they got to do is hold their hands straight up. And there couldn't possibly be any. St. Francis with a missed shot. Another one that's in.
Yeah, players like Max Dowling, Shane Ciccone, the sophomore. Max Dowling among the tall members of the group. Definitely having a height advantage as Ciccone dishes out to Josioka, just off the mark. And Francis with a defensive rebound. Driving. Offensive foul. Eric Geisler draws the charge. And it is a 9-point game.
He had his feet planted, and that St. Francis player came in there and just said, "Get out of my way." And you could see the devastation over on the St. Francis bench because he did make that shot, but it doesn't count.
This is true. And all points are needed. It's Yoka for 3. Bang! Bang!
with another three-pointer tonight. I'm sure there's going to be a little celebration later. Joe Sioka's been on fire.
Sioka, my mic cut out. Bang for 3 on that play. 10-point game. Geisler, the Dowling. To Sioka again. He's dangerous from the arc. Ryan. To Sioka. Sioka back to Declan. And bang. Declan with a jumper.
That was a nice little shot for Declan Ryan right there. No backboard, no rim. All net.
This is true. Young goat.
Might possibly be eating.
There's a timeout on the floor. 1:27 remaining. Canisius up 12 points. We'll be back in 20 seconds.
Canisius with a 12-point lead.
I will say this. I will say this. There's really good music being played. In the middle of timeouts, as well as other stoppages to play, and we will return back to action with under 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Franny's looking to get some quick points, and they won't as Sioka gets the defensive board. Wow, there's a steal. And for 3, he's way short. Air ball, nothing but net. Meaning he hit nothing. Joe Sioka driving down the middle of the lane. Declan Ryan to Malik Jemison. Under 1 minute remaining here. Ryan to Cerconi.
Canisius looking to get a few more buckets up. Oh, out of bounds. It's going to stay with Canisius.
Just under 40 seconds here remaining. And Canisius with an all-around effort today for 3. Joe Sioka from downtown. Under 20 seconds remaining. Canisius 71. St. Francis 56. Five. And there is the buzzer. Canisius with a 71-56 win. And they move to 2-0. And they defeat the Red Raiders in their house. Thank you so much for joining us live from St. Francis. Again, the A crew, Quinn Griffin doing an excellent job in the camera. Ren Pelichowski with the banners and everything that you can see on your screen for you, and as well as Mr. Davis doing a great job in the booth with myself. Thank you for joining us from St. Francis.